Andre was big. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was not small. No, no, no. Andre could drink and he could fight. Drink, 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 and a fight, fight, fight. Andre was big. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was not small. No, no, no. Andre could drink and he could fight. Drink, 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 and a fight, fight, fight. Andre the Giant. Andre was big. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was not small. No, no, no. Andre was great. He was not bad. A great big heart and a great big man. Andre was big. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was not small. No, no, no. Andre could drink and he could fight. Drink, 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 and a fight, fight, fight. Andre the Giant.
From Grenoble, France.
Welcome to In Your Head, one of my favorites, Stan the Lariat Hansen. Welcome.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Yeah, good, good.
That's good. And
Excellent.
August 19th through the 21st, you can see Stan at the NWA Legends Fanfest in Charlotte, North Carolina. And for more information, you can visit NWALegends.com. Is this your first year you're going to attend the FanFest?
Yeah, it is. I'm excited about it. I've actually, been retired a number of years and haven't been to very many things pertaining to professional wrestling. But so surprising in my thought, I've kind of missed wrestling a little bit, and I'm looking forward to get back and seeing some of the wrestlers and also the fans.
Yeah. So
are you fans going to recognize you when you turn up for the festival?
Oh, I don't know. If they recognize me, that's fine. If they don't, that's the way it is.
I think you meant that you changed your appearance since last time we saw you in the ring.
Oh, I don't know. I've lost quite a bit of weight, but I feel good, and except my mustache is pretty dang gray.
You gonna show up chewing tobacco?
Well, I gave that habit up a little while ago too. But,
oh, that's good.
Well, a lot of people remember that, but I used to chew for years, but I gave all that up.
All right. So you have no problem signing autographs and taking pictures with the fans?
No, like I said, I'm glad somebody invited me. It's all about me, as somebody out of the past, I guess. But, I feel like that I have a little place in history of professional wrestling. And, the people that remember me there in the WCW and also Georgia Championship Wrestling or that area around there.
Right. AWA champion.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I don't even think about that. That's true. The AWA and Rick Martel was a great opponent, and there's some great wrestlers in that area also.
Mm-hmm. How did you get along with Verne Gagne for your AWA run?
Well, I always had a problem, I guess, with back in the old days with the promoters and everything. But I must say that Verne, the man of his word, he kept his word with me, and so a lot of that was probably brought on my part as I look back on it. But as far as Verne is concerned, he again, he was just he gave me his word on something, and he kept his word. So what else can I add?
Right. Now, I believe when you left there, you didn't lose the title. You left when he was still a champion.
Yeah, I guess it was. And I was later stripped of it, and rightfully so, I guess, because, but there was things that was done, and I was
right.
on business and so forth, and I made that decision, and of course, Verne had to, he was the owner of the AWA and that belt, and so he naturally, of course, got the belt back, but I guess that was just part of my persona at that point in time. And, I guess was really one of the last outlaws around that kind of did things the way I wanted to do it. But, that looking back is not necessarily always the right way.
Right. Another outlaw would be, one of your tag team partners would, Bruiser Brody. What was it like tagging with Brody?
Well, at one point in time, we were probably the most domineering and biggest, most feared and toughest tag team in the world. And especially over in Japan with its completely different style. And we tried to come to the United States a few times together, and we just couldn't, people just couldn't keep up with our style and our finesse and everything. And so Japan was such a much more physical arena to wrestle in, and we basically dominated that for about, years. And when we tried to bring that to the United States, we had a hard time being accepted, here in the States.
Were you ever contacted about coming to the WWF?
Well, I worked for the WWF. I worked for the WWF, and I worked for the WWF, and I also worked for the NWA and everything. So, yeah, we had a few negotiations, but I guess I made the choice to put Japan first and foremost in my career. So I had a hard time being able to fit myself into being able to work both sides of the ocean, I guess, and I chose Japan. So it was difficult for promoters to put time and money into me when I was constantly being over in Japan.
Right. Yeah, you worked for the WWF, for Vince Senior, I believe.
Right. I worked for Vince Senior twice, and Vince Junior was involved in it the second time, quite a bit.
Yeah, and you had the big match with Bruno, where I believe you broke his neck.
Right. In fact, I just happened to be at my friend's house, and he has the magazine of some of my matches, and it shows the exact point where I slammed Bruno into his head, and it broke his neck. And I was just looking at that 15 minutes ago. Wow. And thank goodness, that there wasn't any kind of spinal damage or anything. It's an awesome picture. You just don't see that very often, but they put it together in my retirement match. They found the picture, and it's lucky that Bruno didn't actually, have some kind of permanent spinal problem. So if he came straight down on top of the head. And anyway, I'm glad that, of course, that it did, permanently damage it.
Right. So you preferred the Japanese style over the American style, like the stiffer style?
Yeah, I do. I must say that I do. I think that, it's much more physical. Things weren't organized as well over there, inside the ring, you were just left to go. And I was able to kind of take my matches the direction I wanted to go. And so anyway, that was one of the reasons. Plus, but the main reason is that I went over there on a contract. I knew what I was going to get. I didn't have to fight for my money like you had to in those days in the United States.
Mm-hmm. Did you prefer the crowds in Japan to American
crowds?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. The American crowds are, at that point in time, were much more vocal. It was much easier to wrestle in the United States and per se, and to get the people involved. They were always very verbal and everything. So you had an idea of what was going on. You could kind of read the crowd a little bit better. In Japan, you could have a 20-minute match, and you might not hear a word. I mean, a word. But that didn't mean that they weren't into the wrestling match. They just didn't show their emotion much. And in the beginning, it's changed now later, but in the beginning, it was a huge difference.
What about the food there? Did you get used to the food quickly?
No, it wasn't quickly, but I ended up spending, the first 2 or 3 years there, I was constantly looking for a McDonald's or a Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Right.
Brody actually was the guy that took me out and showed me the Japanese, culture and life, after the matches. And I got into all their food, and actually I just preferred that so much, and of course adjusted to it because I ended up just getting out and being basically where the Japanese were, and it was great food, and what a great time I had over there, and people are extremely friendly and pro-American, and I guess, I did get recognized a bit. It has the people treats you really nice.
Mm-hmm. Have you got any
No,
good stories?
I got tons of stories. Some of them I can't even
I
say.
was going to say that you could tell without getting in trouble.
Well, yeah, but those were a long time ago. But, yeah, I got a lot of great memories and had a lot of great times. And a lot of times I was with a number of Americans that came over and I think I think I helped get them used to and show them the Japanese culture.
Mm-hmm.
Like Brody showed, me, and actually King Curtis and Mark Lewin showed Brody that part of Japan. So once you learn to do that, or if you were over there enough to do that, then you really ended up enjoying Japanese culture.
Which company did you work for?
Well, I actually started I went the first time through the Funks, who broke me into the wrestling. They were booking for All Japan and Giant Baba. I went one time for them, and then later went to the WWF, where Vince Sr. had a relationship with Anoki for New Japan, and he booked me into New Japan. And then after going there a couple of times, they asked whether I'd like to just, they asked, are you working for Vince or are you independent? And I always thought of myself as being independent. So I ended up working for Anoki a while, but later on, as our business mainly went to Japan, and with New Japan, they gave me the opportunity to get over, just things happened where I had an opportunity to go back and be with Baba and All Japan, and spent most of my career with them.
How would you compare Anoki and Giant Baba?
Well, both of them were, are absolute legends over there. Baba, Anoki was a little much more different type of wrestler than Giant Baba, even though he was very quick and he could move real well. Baba was a much bigger guy, that he was actually tendon strength, kind of like a Danny Hodge type of strength.
Right.
He was extremely strong too, But Baba is the man I developed a great respect for, because after years and years of working for him, I was mainly on a handshake deal. And everything that our relationship was based upon trust after a while. And so I guess I ended up growing, if you could say, close in a business sense, to Giant Baba. But Anoki, I have a lot of respect, and he's still alive, and he's a legend there in Japan also.
You have any plans? Do you ever go back to Japan still? Just for vacation, really?
Go back. Actually, of course, the Giant Bob passed away, and wife ran the business for about a year, but then sold the business to Muta.
Right.
And now taking over All Japan, and I go back once a year to try to help with a little bit of promotion, and I like the president of something. You know what that means? It means somebody has zero power.
Yeah, it's like the figurehead.
I can't hurt nobody. I can't help nobody. So but I go over and I enjoy going back and at base with some of my friends and the fans there.
Ever think about coming back for a match?
No, really. When I went long and hard all the way to the very end, and when I decided to hang it up, I knew that I wouldn't never wrestle again, and I had both my knees replaced and my back operated on, and took care of some of those problems. I just decided at that point in time that that I'd be one of the few guys that never unretired.
Yeah. I remember one of the big matches you had in Japan was versus Vader, where you where his eye got knocked out during the match. I saw it on tape.
Well, it wasn't knocked out, but
it was like hanging out of his, yeah.
Yeah, it looked like his eye was hanging out, but it was swelled up real good. Yeah, that was a brutal match. Vader is the real deal. He was, he's I mean, he's a huge guy, much bigger than me at that time, even, yeah, the 100-pound floor, and he's a legitimate athlete and very up. He's got his own agenda that he'd like to promote, and that's where the real battle comes in. But it was a battle, and a lot of people talk about that to this day as one of the most physical battles, and it was. And just because Vader's eye was busted up, doesn't mean that I wasn't beat up and bruised. He beat me up pretty good too.
Right. Did you know it was as bad an injury when you were in the ring?
Do what?
Did you know his eye was in that bad a shape while you were in the ring? Or did you not know until afterwards?
As blind as I am, I mean, I wear pretty thick glasses. I can see to about the end of my hand. And of course, I was close enough. I did see something, but until I saw him later, I didn't really, I knew that his eye, but I was seeing so many stars from him hitting me that I wasn't really concerned about his eye.
Was that an inter-promotional match? It was like New Japan versus All Japan?
I don't know if it was per se New Japan against All Japan, but they ended up, I guess that was one of the matches, kind of a dream match that the fans, because Vader was for New Japan, and he was the main guy, or foreigner for those guys, and I was, at that point in time, I was like the top American over there for us, and the Japanese fans wanted to see us fight, so I guess that's how it came about.
Right. So you never felt any racism towards the Americans while you were there?
Oh, from
the Japanese, yeah, well, from the wrestlers or from the fans?
No, not really. No. You might run into some place where they might not want gaijins or foreigners in some kind of a late night place because they didn't want to pay. We didn't want to pay. What considered Japanese way of doing business. They had never charged. Always. So anyway, they think that's the reason, not so much that we were American or foreign. I didn't run into that at all.
That's good.
Yeah.
Anyone ever complain about you being stiff with them? Or was that just kind of...
yeah, thousands of guys. Well, I guess I was. That's why I'm so beat up now. I guess I asked no quarter, gave no quarter, and it was very physical over there. And the Japanese, they never ever, they didn't complain. They dished it out, and they had to take. And as far as the American, I think that was the difference in style, but I guess I was stiff.
I guess you should have complained a little bit more. You wouldn't have had such bad knees, maybe.
I don't know.
Did they complain more in the U.S. or Japan, do you think, about the stiff style?
No, they don't complain. They don't complain in Japan. That's just part of.
That's just the way it is, right?
That's Japanese style. So you bust somebody open, or you get busted open, and you don't cry, and they don't cry, and that's just part of the business. Over here in the States, it was a little bit different, But again, looking back, I think that people get hurt, and when you get hurt, you just have to crawl off to Texas or wherever you might be, and then you're on your own to get better, So, nobody's there to take care of you. So, there's a point there where being stiff can be dangerous. And, I hope that I wasn't that way, that,
right.
I never ever intentionally tried to hurt anybody. There's certain people in the business that, that you might have a reputation that you got to watch out for. They might try to intentionally hurt you. And those you had to watch out for, but I hoped, and I don't think that I was that type.
Yeah. When Hogan was at his peak in the WWF, like during the 80s, did they ever contact you about coming in and having a run with Hogan?
Yeah, actually, it came very close one time, and I had a lot of great respect for Hogan. he's one of the type of guys that had to live in a van, sleep on the beach, starve to death, had to go through all the hard times to get an opportunity. And then, when he got there and when he got that opportunity, he took, and I was teamed up with him with New Japan and Japan, and we were a good team together, and I got to know him pretty good there. And then, of course, he went on and came back to the States, and, the rest is history. I mean, he was the first one that really took, had an opportunity to take his position to a higher level. And, I was happy for him. And there's two sides of the camp. Either Hogan's a prima donna or, Hogan, is somebody that, that took the opportunity and really did well. And I'm in that camp. I think that, he got an opportunity and at the right place, right time. And, he just promoted himself real well and got in a great position. So the original question was about Hogan was,
No, if you ever going to come in and have a run with him,
that's right. Yeah. So we ended up doing that, but again, Japan kind of got in the way of it. And also at that point in time, I just the week before had made a deal through Ole Anderson and the NWA when they're on a part-time basis. And there was nothing signed, but I've given my word. So, it was like, I just didn't want to back out on my word.
Right.
And of course, I would have ended up making much more money with Hogan, I think. So, that was something that I kind of take a little pride in. I must say that once I give you my word, I'll try to stand by it.
Yeah, that's the way it should be.
How did you get along with Ole Anderson?
But, if I get hungry here on the age, then maybe I should have done it the other way. Anyway.
What were you saying, Barbie?
I was just wondering how you got along with Ole Anderson.
Oh, Ole Anderson? I got along great with Ole Anderson. Again, there's another guy that there's two sides of the coin. As a booker, he had to do things his way, a hard way. A lot of times, everybody wanted to be told them. Everybody wants to be told they're stars. Well, they didn't, tell everybody they're stars. He just expected everybody to go out and be professional and do things. And, I've seen Ole, make mistakes, but gee, so have I. But Ole and I got along. If he was a hard river. A river meaning he used to joke with people a lot.
Right.
And I think a lot of times people took him serious. And he started me on that, and I came back on him in the same way and just called him short, and he did all this other stuff, and I think that's how our relationship got. Anyway, a lot of people were intimidated by his joking, I think, and took him wrong a little bit.
Yeah.
As far as our business-wise and everything, he was always just like Verne. He gave me his word, and what he said, he always did, and I was close.
Were you a big ribber on the road or in the locker room?
No, I'm not, but I used to enjoy watching.
Yeah.
I'm very, maybe, verbally, but I never ever, there's some guys that go to huge, elaborate things to rib people, and I never did get into that, it always kept people loose, and, it was interesting.
Yeah. Do you have any memorable rib stories that you remember someone else pulling on someone?
Well, one of my favorite ones is when there was a wrestler down in Texas and a promoter of Abilene, Texas, the Lawman, Don Flatten, and he pulled a great rib on a lot of people. And one was Jerry Kozak, who's Nick and Jerry Kozak, and the big hunting rib where he tied up a dead deer and had Jerry go around looking at the deer, and finally Jerry shot it and everything. He blew it all the heck with it, wouldn't drop. It was sailing wired up and things like that. I just, that was, elaborate. What energy they put into the rib to get it going.
Right. It's just something to do to pass the time, I guess.
I guess. It was serious effort to hit somebody. I don't know.
Any plans of ever writing a book? There's a lot of wrestling books out there now.
Well, I've actually wrote one in Japan a few
Oh,
years
yeah?
ago, when it was, and I'm actually, kind of putting that into English a little bit. So, yeah, actually, I'm, that's another damn wrestling book, but I think there are people that might be interested in my book,
Oh, yeah.
So, I don't know, just, it's basically a story, about my career. And, I was in a couple pivotal points, in the wrestling business, and, it might be interesting reading, I think. But, anyway, so yeah, I've kind of started to, maybe put something out like that. I never thought I would here in the States, but, I guess I'm going to try.
Yeah.
Were you a wrestling fan growing up?
Was I a wrestling fan?
Yeah, before you get into it.
Yeah, no, I wasn't. Not until I was in college, I got into wrestling a little bit, because Terry Fox was 7 years before me and played at the same school, and everybody knew him, and I got to know Terry, and so I got into wrestling. But I must say, the very first thing that I learned is, remember seeing on television as a kid growing up in a little old place out in Texas that you could barely see the TV screen, was a wrestling match. And I can still remember that to this day, as I was maybe 5 years old, and the first thing we saw on television was a wrestling match. And I never dreamed about being a professional wrestler, though.
What are some of your memories of Terry Funk?
Oh God! Now I've got a book full of memories of Terry Funk.
Right.
He's probably one of the unique characters of all time. And of course, like I said, he's the guy that started me in the business. So I've got a lot of admiration for Terry Funk. Plus, he is without a doubt probably the toughest guy that's ever come through professional wrestling. I know, because I hit him with everything as hard as you can hit somebody without killing them. And in Japan, we had some classic matches of, at that time, he would be considered maybe the old guard, and I was the young guard, and he was fighting to keep his position and everything, and I was trying to establish mine. And even though he started me and everything, the competition of what we wanted in Japan, and it was absolutely the most visible thing in the world, and I have nothing but great respect for him.
He's still wrestling.
He can take it. Yeah, that's what I hear. He's still going.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Oh
If anybody could.
yeah. I think him and Flair, they'll wrestle forever.
Yeah, there's another guy. I mean, he stayed in good shape. He's obviously stayed in good shape, and I think you learn early on that you learn in the first 3 or 4 years what the things that you're going to end up and seriously hurt yourself, and you just don't do those things. And then if you usually get seriously hurt in the first 4 or 5 years, and then after that you don't do the things that are really going to hurt you. I think Ric Flair's that way. He probably is doing the same things he was doing, and knows he won't get hurt. That's again, just phenomenal guy that's in shape. And wow, how does he do it? I don't know.
Now Funk, though, he started doing the moonsault, I think, after he was 50.
Yeah. Well, the Funk, Funk's been doing a bunch of stuff, but he just didn't do it in the ring. He's been doing moonsaults off of cars and off of crowds and everything else a long time before he ever did it in the ring.
I think you wrestled for a little while in ECW, didn't you? In its early stages?
Yeah, I did. I did work for those guys when they first started or something, I guess. A number of shows, yeah.
Was Paul Heyman with them at the time? Or was it Eddie Guerrero?
You know what? I think he came in the very last show that I worked for those guys.
Did you ever watch the product, ECW?
I did prior, when I was involved with them a little bit,
Right.
but, I should tell the truth. I didn't, I was going to Japan so much, and I just concentrated on my business. When I was back here in the States, I didn't watch any wrestling. Didn't matter who they were much on television, because I was just, when I came home, I was just with my family, and
Right.
yeah.
Did you learn to speak Japanese all the time you spent there?
I can get around, but I didn't learn it fluently, and that's one of my big regrets. That it's a tough language, especially when everybody around you is either speaking English or they're interpreters, they're interpreting for you and so forth. I could get around with it.
You mind answering some questions from our message board? Some of the ones that the fans sent in?
Well, I'll tell you if I don't.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. We'll try to weed out the bad ones. You got some there, Barbie?
Absolutely. Bob from Florida wants to know what it was like working with Lex Luger in WCW.
Yeah. Well, there's another guy, a lot of guys, I must say. I think some people got something bad to say about him, but, I had no problems whatsoever with Lex Luger. I thought he was, he was a very impressive individual and everything. And when we worked together, we only worked 4 or 5 times, but, the people liked him, and, I think that he showed me respect, and, I had no problems with him.
Duckman wants to know who your favorite opponent was in Japan.
Oh, man, I've had a bunch. I mean, most of them were, probably started, with, Terry Funkdale that I've already kind of touched on, but Andre the Giant was one of my opponents, and probably, not probably, he is the reason that I probably was one of the top wrestlers, guys there in Japan, was because of Andre the Giant, and our battles over there that to this day, I think people in Japan are still talking about one of our matches we had at an outdoor tennis arena that was just a great match. And I tell you, I had a lot of respect, and I am very thankful for Andre the Giant.
Duckman also wants to know what it felt like to be the only gaijin to have defeated Anoki and Barbie.
Well, I don't know. If you ask me that question, I don't even think about that. But, when you're, also, it makes me feel, that I do have a place in at least Japanese history, wrestling. Those are 2 great guys, 2 absolute legends in their own time, and also all their young boys that are now the new generation, from Mizawa to Bashi, Chosu Ricky, and all those from New Japan side. Also, I had opportunity to wrestle and help. They had to fight me to get over and to get into a top spot, and I think that made them fighting me really helped their become established, and so, I feel all those guys were, just great athletes, never complained, took a real butt kicking, and, also dished it out.
Rickard's Mustache wants to know if you ever clipped yourself when you came to the ring swinging the rope and cowbell.
Did I ever what?
Did you ever clip yourself?
Did you ever hit yourself? Yeah, did you ever hit yourself with the bell?
Oh, let's see. No, I don't think I ever hit myself. I hit a few other people. Get in the open. What? But I've come close a couple of times, but
right.
I never really got hit with the bell. I whipped myself. The rope whipped around and hit me a few times, but never the bell.
We just want to say, before we let you go here, to visit NWALegends.com to see Stan Hansen in person at the NWA Legends Fanfest, August 19th, the 20th, and the 21st in Charlotte, North Carolina.
More information at NWALegends.com.
Right. And before I let you go, is there anything you want to tell your fans? Why they should come see you?
Yeah, well, I actually, like I said, I haven't done very many of these things. Actually, there's probably 3 or 4. Probably on one hand, I can probably count the number of times I've done this. But I'm looking forward to coming and seeing some of the older my opponents and a few acquaintances in pro wrestling, but also, to touch base with some old fans. They got to all be getting old, too, because it's been a long time since I've been in and around the wrestling business. But looking forward to coming to Charlotte and being able to see the fans, and I hope that they'll come out. And, I'm looking forward to seeing everybody.
Maybe buy you a drink.
Well, just one.
We had Ox Baker on a couple of weeks ago. Is there anything you want to tell him?
Who?
Ox Baker?
Oh, Ox Baker?
Yeah.
I got a good story on Ox too. He's going. Yeah, I was in Japan with Ox, and and he actually gave me a good idea about what direction to send my career. And so looking back, Ox Baker was, he of course he's got the unique look.
Oh yeah.
Or whatever look that is.
It's unique. It's definitely unique.
Yeah. But anyway, so Ox Baker, he's the one that suggests that I go back and nickname myself Fat Man. It had Fat Man Stan Hansen at one time, and so I kind of used that name for a while, and Ox Baker gave me that idea.
He was a real nice guy. We had him on here a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, actually, Ox Baker was a real nice guy, and I heard him get up in a karaoke bar a long time ago before, and he stopped the house because he's got a great voice.
Really?
Now, he stopped the house.
Did you ever do the karaoke in Japan?
Oh yeah, but nobody ever asked me to sing twice.
All right. Well, thank you for coming on. It's been a great interview.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And, my pleasure, and I hope to see everybody in Charlotte.
All right. We'll talk to you again sometime. Good luck in the future.
Okay.
All right, we're back. And we're joined at this time by an in-your-head faithful. We're joined by Clint Howard.
Why, thank you. Thank you very much.
We got Clint Howard on the phone.
Clint Howard.
And have you been working on the James Mason voice, though? That's what I want to know.
Truth be told, I haven't a fucking clue who he is.
James Mason?
Nope.
Oh, man. Old actor.
I am the feather.
Came on and he spoke like this.
Is the one, the only, the Flea.
Are you starting
Thank
to show
you.
up?
Thank you very much.
I wasn't down with that introduction.
How's everybody doing?
Doing well?
Good. How did the Hansen interview go?
I think it went well. Hanson's a man.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't threaten to spit tobacco on us or hit us with a lariat, so it must have went pretty well.
Man,
Mm-hmm.
that's what I want.
He gave up the tobacco.
He did.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I guess it's going to be chewing wheatgrass now.
Bigly chew.
I don't know. I just couldn't imagine Hansen blowing like a huge bubble.
That would be awesome.
That would be pretty cool.
I always thought a good gimmick would be the guy would come out to, Mr. Sandman, the song, please, Mr. Sandman, give me a dream. Right. He'd walk through the crowd. He'd get in the ring, and he'd, chug, a diet Sprite.
Ooh.
And then he'd pull out of his pocket, some, sugarless gum.
Okay, I like that.
And then he'd have, a big, Nerf, bat that he would hit people with.
All right, this works so far.
Yeah, he'd give Mr. Sandman. He could feud with the Sandman.
Ooh, I like that.
Okay.
Too. They'd be kind of like polar opposites.
Yeah. I think I'm going to work on
Claus
this.
versus Santa Claus.
I gotta get Intra to put. He's been thinking about putting his money into a wrestling promotion. I'm gonna book it.
Yeah. All right, that's perfect.
That's gonna be our. That's gonna be our.
Avoid it like the plague. I don't need my name on that.
I'm going to toss that all $50 of it in.
Yeah. Oh, that'll all go towards Mr. Sandman.
So if you can work a show for like $1, then we're money, baby. In my backyard too.
Danny Boyd.
Headyverse.
We'll work for coffee.
Oh, all right.
Coffee and
Stone. Now you're getting a little high class there for the H-Man.
But this is the Flea we're talking about.
Yeah.
Former champion, the Flea.
I don't think they have scones in West Virginia.
They don't.
No.
They have stones.
I think this is more like, they have like a donut.
They have grit?
They have grits.
All right. Well, they can form like grit into like the shape of a scone.
All right.
That'll work for me. I'm easy.
I really don't have a clue what food item you're all talking about. I really don't.
We'll kind of cross-reference them here. I think it's grits originally.
He just does the Wendy's.
Oh, okay. All right. It's all about the Wendy's.
Maybe the cable 5 for 5 down in Arby's.
That's pretty sweet. 5 for 5.
Hey! This Monday, the Flea and Jack.
Hey!
We were at Raw Live. We were at Raw Live.
Looking kind of down to me.
Oh, keep going.
We were indeed.
Yes. Live at Raw in Mohegan Sun.
At the Mohegan Sun Casino.
So what?
Uncasville, Connecticut.
So what though? OIB.
Oh, I was drinking my
And Barb would like to know is how was the experience?
It was fun. It was an enjoyable time. The matches were kind of lame, but the atmosphere was good.
Right. And you were with a celebrity. You were with Jack, the dude, and then your head.
I had to like kind of fend off the autograph hounds and the paparazzi. So
other than dude was wearing mustard-stained T-shirts and some knitted sweatpants.
No, I dressed for the occasion.
Yeah, but the fans did. The fans were all dressed in their robes and
right.
their sweat.
If you go to places, it says shirt, no shoes, no service. But they do not say no pants, no service.
They one
day.
They tend to have a problem if you go in there without.
Do you know this?
He knows this
from experience.
I know this.
I don't know.
Nobody knows this like I know this.
All right.
What? Oh, sorry.
So we went to Mohegan Sun. We went to Big Bubba's Barbecue.
When we go off the air, I'll tell Barbie about some places in Soho you can go without it.
All right. And we actually saw a dark match that no one else saw because it was a dark match. And we got to see TNT, which is like WWE's version of America's Most Wanted. At least that's kind of the rumor. That's kind of the rumor online. But really, they're heels. So.
Fight.
That reminded me more like the old Dusty Rhodes and Barry Windham.
Yeah. They say, I couldn't catch what name they were using for the former Duck.
No, I don't know either.
Something Johnson.
I know he goes by Trevor Rhodes in Japan.
Yeah, he's Trevor Rhodes.
Yeah. I guess he does not have the look for WWE.
Really?
No.
Is he ugly?
He was also kind of lackluster in the ring, too.
He's kind of shaped like a young Dusty Rhodes or Dick Murdoch.
Yeah.
Shaped like a young egg.
He's kind of chubby and I don't know.
Kind of doughy.
To me, he reminded me of Midian or Phineas Godwin, because he wasn't very good, but he definitely has some charisma to him, and he can work the crowd pretty well.
Oh, he worked the crowd great. The other guy could.
No, Lance. Well, they're not Lance anymore. Garrison Cade was the opposite. He's fairly good, but he really doesn't have charisma. Yeah, he's in great shape.
The crowd went crazy for Punk.
For CM Punk. The fans went nuts for Punk.
Well, that's because CM Punk rocked ass.
You know, CM Punk, though, doesn't look like Punk anymore. He's just kind of dark hair, and he's got tight.
Yeah, he's kind of nondescript, though, true.
He's kind of a guy, but people knew the name. Just kind of surprised that the whole crowd was chanting Punk.
That was actually a pretty good match.
Yeah, it was. And then on the Velocity tapings, we got to see Viscera, who was over huge.
I think you mean Heat.
Heat. Whatever.
The intro was great. When he came to the ring, it was wonderful.
Right.
World's biggest sex machine.
And it was a DQ on Heat.
Viscera.
They had a DQ on Heat. It was Viscera versus the French tickler there.
Rene Dupree.
And I hadn't seen Dupree's sideburn. The facial hair was
Awesome.
perfect.
It was awesome.
All right. It was like an Artist Gilmore thing.
It was awesome.
All right, and the three of you can figure that one out.
I'm just going to keep saying this.
This match was pretty bad. And we did not see the midget.
There's a midget?
Yeah, the prior week he had a midget. Viscera.
No.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He had a midget.
No animal anus?
No, he was not there. I've always wanted a pet midget.
How far back were you guys? Maybe he was there. You're just like far back.
He was under the sea.
You know, I've heard, you know what probably if you have a pet midget? It's same thing with like a monkey. It's really sad when they die because they're almost like a person.
That's true. That's very true. And you got to crack a window and you leave him in a car, man, or something, yeah.
Oh, I forget. That's what happened to my last man.
Right.
Man, I'm not coming near that one.
You got to castrate him, though, or they'll hump anything.
Right, you got to get him fixed. Have your midget spayed or neutered.
When you have like a friend over and he starts to hump his leg.
Right. You know, I think
Booker T knows that.
You know, Bob Barker's big on that. You know, have your midget spayed or neutered.
That's true. Yep. Bob Barker is also big on lending Randy Orton his suits.
Ah. Oh, the old 70s suits.
Yeah.
I think that's more of a McMahon thing. Do you ever see anyone else besides the McMahons, Triple H, Randy Orton wear that 70s collar like that?
That's true.
Tweed suits. I'm looking for some leather elbow pads and would be cool.
But what did Nikolai Volkov used to wear?
He had like the same suit. He had the same suit.
He passed it on to Ben?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, he had the same suit for like his entire career. His entire life.
I think it was made out of cardboard.
I think so. Nickel and dime Volkov.
In Soviet Russia, cardboard is made of you.
What was the other Heat match?
I was hoping someone who sing Cara Mia. So.
Cara Mia. I don't know the rest of the words.
All right, that's okay. You made the effort, Jack, and that's all it matters.
Right.
I don't think that one was a big hit in West Virginia.
So I tell everybody to visit inyourheadonline.com.
And you meant squid.
And you can go to our message boards and you can check out the posters that the Flea made.
No,
that we held them up all night long. I believe you can see them, but you can't make them out. You can see these strange people up in the crowd holding up signs.
Well, did you see? If you can see the member of Mensa that's holding up the mustache ride sign, we're behind him. So just follow that sign.
We had a group of juggalos in front of us.
That's true.
Who were actually smoking throughout the show.
How is that possible?
Well, they weren't allowed, but they were smoking throughout the show. It's very odd.
Smoking what?
Someone called
that. I'm not sure on.
Now you can tell by the smell.
Cigarette.
Well, I don't know this. I don't know these things.
No, you'd know.
I didn't know there was any. I didn't know you could smoke anything besides tobacco or fish.
That's true. What about ham?
Oh, that's true. They were in front of us smoking a ham.
Yeah. Awesome.
Pig, my pig.
You guys are sons of bitches.
If you check out these posters on the message board, you can find one which has a picture of the dude For some reason, Ric Flair was written around the picture of the dude.
I don't have blonde hair. We also want to make a big announcement. September 11th, the In Your Head crew. Hopefully Intro will be involved in this as well. If not Intro, it will be the Dude and Barbie. We will be guest hosting Wrestling News Live, which is, like the name suggests, it's live.
It's live, baby. Bob's going to have a live mic.
Right, Sunday night at 11 p.m. The regular guests, Trey, JSK, and Adam Martin.
Now, some people don't know this, but there have been times in the past where I've said things towards the close of the show that after the show, Jack has told Incher to edit out without first consulting.
This is true.
Because sometimes I say things that are a little racy.
This is also true.
And I'm going to have a live mic.
There's been...
I'm not going to be held accountable for what I'm doing.
He's like the smoking
Somebody
gun.
else's game.
This doesn't just go for Barbie. I believe during our infamous no-show show that there was quite a bit of material edited out of that show that all three of us were involved on.
I've heard rumor, and I don't know if this is true or not, but I've heard that Inter can swear like a drunken sailor.
Oh, my God. It's true.
Oh, yes.
If somebody steps on my foot, that always sets me off.
I'm just going to be stomping on his foot all night long.
It's like a trigger or something. I'll just start ripping them off, man. You better watch out.
Yeah.
All right.
I start swinging my fist too.
Not only can you hear us live, you can interact with us live in the chat room. And,
Available at WrestlingNewsLive.com.
That's right, baby. If it goes well,
not the Bogart the message.
we might talk to Tim Stein and get we might find Trey and JSK on the unemployment line.
Oh my God!
Oh, you never know.
It wouldn't be the first time. Probably got a space saved.
Sorry, Barb. I meant it in that.
Oh, they know I'm kidding.
All right, so back to Raw. I don't remember some of the other stuff that happened, but there was one thing that will stick in my memory forever.
Oh, that was tremendous. That made the entire...
I kind of think, I called up Vince before. We was like, hey, Vince, I'm going to be live at the show. He's like, hey, Jack, how you doing, brother?
Well, it just figures the one time we call him and he answers the phone, it would be the one time it wasn't on in your head.
I know. Intra's really great at recording.
Yeah.
This time he forgot to hit the record button.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
When you call Vince, so do you get his theme song? Does that play in the background as he answers the phone?
It's just the puppet part. Just the puppet. Right. Just that part.
That's all you need, really.
So I was talking to Vince, and he's like, so you're going to be there live? I was like, yeah. He's like, all right, I'm going to bring a special surprise just for you.
And give them a sample of what you heard that night.
All right. Well, first of all, they're in Connecticut. They're in the Indian reservation, and it's during
the Indians.
It's during the Eugene. Actually, it's Yonkers. Whatever.
I was watching Raw, and Jim Ross said Lumbee Indian.
He said that he was, but that's actually they're not Lumbee Indians in that reservation. But anyway,
see now. You're telling me these facts as if you know this for sure, and I'd like to listen to you, but I do have slight reservations.
Mohegan. They're Mohegans. That's what's called Mohegan Sun.
The last of the Mohegans?
No, that's Mohegan. That's Mohegan with a C. That's just Mohegan.
I'm doing really well. It's going really well.
Hey, before I get into this, I want to say there's someone who says they're a fan of the show. And they've been talking about this tension between Barbie and I. And I don't see it all the time, but once in a while I can feel the tension. We'll get into that later. Anyway.
All right.
So we heard. And
the place exploded.
The place exploded. It was the return of Tatanka.
My personal favorite moment, though, was when everything got quiet and Jack gave Tatanka war cry.
Right, in the middle of a crowd of thousands.
everybody in the crowd, I think 8,000 people turned around and looked at him.
Right. And it wasn't the fact that I took my pants off during the show, so I was coming.
No, no, no.
It was because I did. It was because I did the Tonka War chant, and I waited till the crowd got quiet when the match started.
Mm-hmm. And he did it for all of you, the in your head maniacs.
I did.
Could you hear it on the tape?
Yeah, you can hear it on the tape. Yeah, I can hear it on the tape.
Yep.
I actually did it twice, and Intra thinks you might have been able to hear it the second time as well.
Mm-hmm.
The first time you can actually hear it, you can hear it. You use the faith, but you can hear it.
I don't know if it was just me channeling Jack or something, or what, or shining or anything like that, but I heard it.
I think every fan of In Your Head popped for that moment.
My nose started bleeding. It's just like, whoa.
He got up and started doing a rain dance around the couch.
And then it started raining in my room. That's why we haven't had a show until, today.
Yeah.
Because all my
Jesus Christ, man. 1 week I have 3 shows and Intro all he does is complain, bitch, whine, moan. Then I decided, well, let's be easy on the internet. We'll do one show. And then all I hear is, what's this? We're only doing one show.
It's like I'm addicted, man. I just need some more.
I'm feeling your pain, man.
That's right.
I'm feeling it.
Well, maybe next week we'll do a double a week. We'll do a double a week.
Double show a day.
I think soon we're going to do a show a day.
Oh. I think I'll quit my job and just stay at home and listen.
I think everyone should. They should just quit their job and just stay home and listen to me.
No, I do have
and disciple of the dude.
Right. We'll have to think about this. I don't want them to quit their job because I want them to have money because I want them to support the show.
Yeah.
I'll have to think this out a little bit better.
I can't help but notice the fans didn't spring for that luxury estate in Sandwich, Massachusetts.
No.
Well, you see, we're going over it. We're thinking of ways how we can get our hands into those pockets. Take it away. Take that money. And we
the
can
more money you donate to us, the less clothing Insure will wear when he record the show.
That's right.
Oh.
I might
really an effort in
What's
time
the message? I'm hitting the checkbook out.
My address?
I just want to say next week, we're going to get one more week if anyone wants to enter the contest. We've been trying to get Rick Rude's mustache to do it. If anyone wants to enter a contest, you have to send me an audio tape of why you love the show. We actually have a new one, don't we, Intra? We're going to play it later on?
Oh, yeah. We can play it right now. It just...
All right, we can play it right now. I just want to say, anybody else, you send me an audio of why you love In Your Head.
Who's someone in?
A fan of the show, Lucifer.
Yeah, Lucifer. Okay, we're gonna play this right now for all you.
It comes for you, Jesus fan.
Here we go. Okay.
Oh, I need to pay just restore. Oh, Barbie returns. Steve, can you call that for us into here? Bruce and the goddess in your head on I.com. Steve and Jack.
All right, we're back. Thanks, Lucifer, for the plug.
That was good.
It was good.
Yeah, that was good. I think I was going to start posting on the message board a little more.
You think we're going to put his name in the hat?
Yeah, we'll put his name in the hat.
Okay.
Jack, when you just shouted, we're back, I hadn't been that, shocked and surprised since the fireworks went off.
Oh, my God.
Sexually aroused.
Well,
Barb always takes it to this level.
what are you wearing?
I'm not wearing pants if you want.
The pyros weren't the only thing shooting off.
You're all not turning this show into that type of show. I'm not going that far.
Rod Stryker.
I'll get kicked out of my basement for sure. So you all just watch the
There was
out.
popping wood.
Good Lord, was this pyros loud?
Oh, I still can't hear out of my left ear.
Well, they warned you that it would make you deaf. Was that blind?
So listen to that a little more serious.
So Finkel just got on, and he was just like, well, anybody sitting behind the fireworks, you can leave now. And they'll make you deaf. If not, enjoy the show.
Lillian Garcia looked very good that night, I gotta say.
She doesn't sound very good live. She's a very squeaky voice.
Sounded terrible. But she wore that nice skirt.
Yeah.
So you gotta give her some points for that.
Yeah. Unlike a lot of the other divas, when she would go through the ropes, she would hold the back of her skirt down to not reveal anything. She was a little disappointed, but
See now, I'm a big fan of the Diva Search. I think this is pretty well known. And I just want to say that if Layla doesn't win, this whole thing is just one big travesty.
Yeah, I want Layla to win too.
How's it?
She's
Is Layla the one with the frosted hair?
She has like all the crazy hair going all everywhere. Maybe you can describe it better.
I think that's the one I like. I'm not.
She's got a little Latinish looking flavor to her.
Yeah, she's always standing next to the one with the attitude.
Who's the one that's clumsy? She's my dark horse, the one that just like falls down for no reason.
I think she got booted off.
Oh no, she got the axe.
She got the axe.
Oh no! I wonder if she'd be my diva, my ballet.
She might.
I like the one with the eyes and the head.
That one, the one with the two nostrils.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh man,
That's who I'm predicting's gonna win.
she bakes my cookies.
She sticks my fish.
One weird man. How come the stick fisher didn't send in a
Come on, let's
He's
chill it.
gonna get pissed that you messed up his name.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I know.
You call him the stick fisher.
Oh, there's a fan of our show, the fish sticker.
Oh,
It's pretty illegal in
I
some
want
places.
to know about that.
No. Right.
I know from experience that's illegal in some places.
I'm not a fan of the Diva Search. And this one, it took me about 15 minutes to set up the ring.
You're gonna put up like a
So the fan,
Bouncy house.
so when you were there live, you got to hear, up on the
why are you
got to
making
hear
us
this
all
guy,
fans of the Diva Search?
Shawn Michaels interview.
Oh God, if I had to go through another 30 seconds of that like god awful promo he got.
Oh my!
He's rehashing the old stuff that like Vince did 10 years ago.
So doing this, I gotta say, the ring crew really deserves the big hand because these guys busted ass.
Oh, they did.
They ran out there with the giant.
Wait, what kind of show were you guys watching? They busted ass, they ran out with huge, whatever it was.
The big inflatable thingamajig.
Oh, look at bouncy house without the roof.
Yeah, so I was watching these guys. I mean, these guys were good. They went out there and they set this up in a couple minutes. They were actually done about 10 minutes before Michaels was done with his promo.
Oh, it's true.
They took the bottom rope down.
Under toes.
It was good stuff. Good stuff, man.
Yes, props to them. Yeah.
Good job, ring crew.
And how old is Michaels anyway?
I think he's 40 or 41, I'm
I
guessing.
think he just hit the big 4-0 or 4-1.
Yeah.
Then why does he look like the Crypt Keeper?
No, it's not just his age. I think he's lived quite the life.
I'm deadly serious when I say this. I looked at him a few weeks ago, and I thought he looked like Michael Bolton.
He does. I can see that.
He looks like Michael Bolton.
I'm
I don't know
not.
what I think about this.
Or any burned out like 80s like hair metal fan.
Keith Richards type.
Just in
Well,
one.
no, he's never cool enough to be Keith.
Don Dawkins.
Somebody like that, yeah.
C.C. DeVille.
Theo, maybe.
C.C. DeVille.
Yep. Well,
Maybe he.
I love C.C. DeVille.
He thinks maybe rock out like Depeche Mode.
Oh, goodness.
I gotta say though, they go in the wrong direction with this. It started out as a pretty cool angle of Michaels versus HBK, but the last few weeks have been going to comedy with Michaels. Like he
Michaels versus HBK.
Right.
I want to see.
Do you ever just feel like you should just like kick someone right in the balls?
Hey now.
That's what I feel sometimes when Barbie's on the show.
God, because you fuck up.
Yeah, you know, I have heard more people talk about when they listen to the show, and they do. They think about Barbie's testicle. It's very common.
He mentions them all the time. I have to edit them out all the time. He'll just pop in.
So you
And
got,
go,
don't
"My
forget,
balls."
September 11th. September 11th, Wrestling News Live, you will hear unedited
Pretty today.
comments about Barbie's testicles.
Oh, man.
He'll be free.
Unrelated now.
He'll be free balling it.
He had Paul Bear in tears. Paul Bear
Can
was
we get
crying.
the entire show about his testicle? Is there any chance of that?
It's in the works.
I think you just spoiled. You just spoiled next week's show.
Oh no!
This is the shoot. This is the shoot right here. This is the backstage shoot. I mean,
Get that out then.
I never, ever, unless it's an incredibly formal occasion, this is completely in all honesty, I never wear underwear.
I'm strangely aroused by that.
The in your head crew are not fans of of clothes.
All right, I understand.
I do not wear
You're
pants. Barbie does not wear underwear. An incher, he does
Doesn't
not.
wear shoes.
He doesn't wear shoes.
Hey.
I don't think they have shoes in West Virginia.
You sons of bitches. I'll kill every single one of you. You're stepping on my foot, Jack. You're stepping on my foot.
Oh, we gotta get Snitsky in here. He'll take care of your foot.
Let's take a big bite out of it.
It's made by David. You got what you want.
There was a lot of guys we didn't see on Raw. We didn't see Flair. We didn't see.
Everybody that I made a post.
We didn't see Flair. We didn't see Triple H. We didn't see Hogan. We didn't see Kane. We didn't see Edge. We didn't see Leo.
So everybody you made a poster for, they weren't there.
No, yeah. And Mama Flea was dressed in like full Hulk Hogan.
Right.
He had the jersey, the hat, the whole work.
The mustache.
She had the mustache, she had the walrus mustache for it.
Yeah, she let it grow for a few weeks.
She shaved the rest of her hair off.
I just want to say to the Flea and Mrs. Flea,
Kayfabe that one, brother.
happy 15th anniversary.
Thank you very much. You had a wonderful anniversary.
That's good to know.
Saturday,
Very good.
and we had Raw on Monday.
Right.
Although I can tell you right now though, I could go back to Big Bubba's barbecue this very moment and just pig out.
Big Bubba's Barbecue is the place to go.
I am
And,
helping you.
For
It is
this
good
occasion, Barb has a song for you.
Oh. Well, this has been sprung on me out of nowhere, so,
I didn't mean to put you on the spot, buddy. Sorry.
Come on,
Well-
Barb. You can do it, man.
Come on.
Fincher spontaneously cut this one out of the show. a couple
That's
of
right.
weeks ago.
That's what I'm leading toward, baby. Come on, sing it.
I've sung my heart out, and Jack appreciated it. Jack won't be here while I sing. He decided to go take a piss or something. I don't know. But here we go. This is for the Flea and for Mrs. the Flea. I've known you all my life. At least that's how it seems. Never known another way. Living out in a dream. Whoever's talking over me in the background can rot in hell. And now I know you're leaving me, and I'll never understand. Before I let you walk away, I have one last demand. Tell me a lie and say that you won't go. Look in my eyes and call me, even though I realize you have to walk away. And I'm done that. There you go.
Excellent. Excellent. A round of applause. So what do you think about that, Flea?
Thank you, Bob.
You see the power of your voice, Barb. That's what the power of your voice does.
Not to be too crude. I tell you what, I don't want to be too crude, but I'm guaranteeing Wildcat Woman just reached climax.
Whoa. She'll make a graphic for that one.
Please come. He might have a. Oh, speaking of which, I'm gonna go, fellas. Mrs. Flea is on.
Okay, well,
If she finds me talking to you guys, I'll be in deep.
once again, happy anniversary, and it's been good having you on, Flea.
All right, I'm back.
Too late, buddy.
What happened? What I miss?
The Flea is late, right?
Please
Oh,
God.
man. I just had a phone call.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yep. You're welcome.
Anytime you'd like me back, I will be there.
All right, you got it. You just got off the phone with Cheeks.
I love you guys.
We love you too, baby.
We love you too, Flea. Say hi to the dog. I hear it barking in the back.
Bye-bye.
Bye. So what I miss?
Well, basically Barb, sang his little song, and it was a good little ditty. I gotta tell you.
All right, I gotta listen to the show.
Yeah, you'll have to listen to the show and hear what you miss.
I also want to say we're still recording, right?
Yeah,
All right, that's what
I
I say.
almost stopped it, but I kept.
Happy birthday to the Duckman,
Duckman.
in your head recording artist Duckman.
That's my pimp.
Don't do anything Barb wouldn't do.
That's right.
It kind of keeps it open, doesn't it?
What wouldn't Barb do?
Barb wouldn't pay a hooker.
You're pretty quick on your feet, aren't you?
They just get slashed.
Oh man,
Okay, fake that one, brother.
that's the kind of stuff we're gonna edit out. We normally edit out, but that's the kind of stuff you're gonna hear.
We're gonna leave it for you all.
That's right.
Just so Trey and JFK and Adam Martin know what they've got themselves.
When they come back, they won't have a show. They'll be kicked off Tim Stein's Wrestle Talk Radio's live feed.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be investigated by the FBI.
Tim Stein will be livid. He'll be
We'll be all, hey, Python, you stealing my pizza. Now you die. Then he'll start punching the air. Pretty rabid like that. He's awesome.
I'd love to hear.
Big fan of the Nunzio.
Nunzio's good stuff.
Oh, hell yeah.
Have you seen Swinger's new gimmick?
Johnny Parisi.
Yeah, what is up with that? Why couldn't they just call him Johnny Swinger?
And then they had a coach in Todd Grisham all the way throughout, making little swing references.
Yeah, I know. I just understand. We saw him live on the show, too. I forgot that was one of the heat matches.
Mm-hmm. Johnny Parisi.
Like they would have called him Johnny the Greaser or something. I don't know.
Does everybody who has long dark hair have to be Italian?
I believe that's a law.
Long dark hair, Italian.
I believe.
Bam, put the stamp on you. Get out of there, kid. Just like Terry Smothers or Tracy Smothers. I fucked up his name.
Hey, we've got another fan.
His brother's blonde.
We've got another fan who wants to come on
I know.
and wants to give his views,
Huh.
also known as the Walker views.
Bring him on there.
Hi, girls. Not a lot.
Stop
Hey,
it.
fellas.
Stop it, you idiots.
Hello.
All right. We are welcomed by Walkman.
Hey, guys. This is unexpected.
Hey, man. You're live to VCR.
We love putting people on the spot.
Talking with someone on the phone.
Oh.
Yeah.
Who are you talking to there?
Hi, Dad. He was like wondering, who's that?
Hey, Daddy Walkman.
What's up, Dad?
And they say hi.
Big Daddy Walkman.
He looked at me. I was thinking I was crazy. So,
Well, I'm sure you're used to that look.
yeah.
That's a 10-4, Big Daddy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right, so Walkman is going to join us with his Walkman view.
Oh.
So what's on your mind this week, Walkman?
Oh. Well,
God.
I was.
Is it God?
As I say, in the following weeks, possibly next week, we're going to have the Walkman boys on. Walkman and his brother.
Yes, sir.
And they are going to debate, in the continuing debate over Hulk Hogan with Barbie
Yes.
Richards.
Are you ready, Barbie?
One Walkman couldn't get it done, baby.
That's right. So Barbie's he's gonna get double teamed.
Barbie, I should warn you, my brother is a great debater. So,
Yeah,
The master
should be good.
debater.
but can
master debater.
he mass debate? Because Bob can masturbate.
Oh, he's a bit arrogant, isn't he? Well,
While he's being double teamed.
I have no comment on that.
Team.
I have no Walker's views on that team there.
that's
Some
probably
man chill.
Right. So you've got a new website going on, Walkman.
Well, yeah, I updated the blog site, and then I happened to start my own message board.
That's cool. And you can find it inyourheadonline.com, and you can check out our message board, our forums, interactive forums, at audiowrestling.com. And you can interact.
with Walkman.
And you can interact with the hosts.
Oh, yes.
Right. There's other shows where, like, the hosts are, like, too good. You know, they write books and they think they're too good to interact with the fans. But
They
Not-
like illegal deals.
not in your head.
No, not in
Play
your
for
head, no.
bands.
Right. We're not too good for anybody.
you guys are shooting from
They
the
probably play bass.
And that's a shoot.
Bassists aren't real musicians, by the way.
The exclusive shoot on In Your Head.
That's right, brother. So what's going down in the head of Walkman?
Oh, not much. I was just keep looking over the recent Raw I was watching.
Right.
I was, so it was pretty interesting how the little piece from Shawn Michaels he did.
Yeah.
We just
Did
had
that
to
make
play
you
on
angry?
it. He said he hated it.
No, it didn't really. It's I find it pretty interesting how Shawn Michaels and a few others are really doing this shoot things on their promos.
Right. The work
Yeah.
shoots, as they're called.
But I think it worked out. I found it pretty interesting.
Are you a fan of the work shoot?
Oh, whatever's on their mind.
See, I'm not always a fan of the work shoots in wrestling.
I liked it. I thought it was a good little skit. You know.
I was there live, and actually the crowd's pretty bored during it.
Well, it doesn't matter what the live crowd thinks. It's what the OIB thinks. You get it?
Oh my God.
That's really
And it-
annoying, isn't it?
The
I better
notorious
stop.
OIB.
And that was 1-inch biceps, and that was his view.
Yeah,
Right.
that was my view.
Yep.
I really do care what the live crowd thinks. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh man.
Sorry.
Sorry if that annoyed you.
God, I'm broke down already.
Whoa.
Well, let me tell you something, brother.
So what do you think about the Hogan versus Michaels feud?
Well, it's pretty interesting, I would have to say. Not something that you would see every day with two guys like them.
Right. Do you think this will work for a good match?
Well, at Hogan's age, he'll probably give it his best. And
Right.
knowing how Michaels wrestle, I think it might work.
I think it will work. I think you have to put Hogan in with a guy like Michaels to have it a decent match. Or somebody just,
talented.
right. Or someone like a Rock who's just over the, also a legend on his same level. But to have like a good in-ring match, him versus
Wow.
Michaels will work, I believe.
Whoa. The Rock on Hulk Hogan's level?
Well, yeah, I would.
Have you not heard Hulk Hogan? I mean, he clearly lays down the fact that on the whole, his movies were better than The Rock's.
Well, what do you think about that
Well,
one?
he's saying they draw more money financially.
How does he figure this?
Oh.
See, Mr. Nanny was a bigger hit than the Scorpion King.
No, he's saying it costs less to make Mr. Nanny, which I can believe. And then,
I would certainly hope so.
and then it drawed in more money than what The Rock's did, so it does better financially for the company that makes them. I guess that's what he's saying.
Mr. Nanny compared to the Scorpion King.
Do you think it costs
Basically,
a little bit more money to
A
make
guy
the
like
Scorpion
Hulk
King?
Hogan, he couldn't be on top for as long as he has without being able to spin everything to make him look the best.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure he is.
Has a cult following, been
Right,
a
right.
years on the top. Nothing major. It's all right.
Nothing major there, baby. ECW died because I wasn't in it, brother. If I was there, brother, it'd be still going.
So,
He's got an ego.
have you been watching Hogan Knows Best?
I happened to catch the wrestling thing, which was quite cool.
No, I haven't seen it since the first episode.
Well,
Oh,
what
yeah.
you gonna do, Nick? With those condoms?
I don't know, Dad. I was putting them on the doorknobs. That's what you do with condoms. You don't put them on doorknobs. You put it on the other knob, idiot.
Was this really part of the show?
Yeah, it really was.
Well, you never know, though. Nasty Nick might be into some kinky stuff.
He took out the condom and he started
Plus,
hawking up.
plus, he practices safe sex with doorknobs.
Well,
It should be commended.
I haven't watched the show, but from what I've heard, this dude that's looking to take out Brooke Hogan has also been taking Nick to some gay beaches.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. I mentioned this on last week's
Now,
show, I believe.
that was weird.
Yeah, that's weird. That's weird
He's
stuff.
maybe he's buying Nick these condoms.
Now, when I go to the gay beaches, I never bring any underage children with me.
Or pants.
Oh, gosh. Listen, really, guys, we can't make this into that kind of show, all right?
Not with Walkman here. Walkman does not approve of such.
No,
things.
Walkman doesn't. He pisses him off. Steps on the foot.
Homosexuality goes against the grain of Catholicism.
Big Daddy Walkman's gonna come and take us out.
Take you out back and whip you.
Watch out, the Big Daddy walking. Gonna come get you.
Take him to the woodshed, Big Daddy.
So anyhow, on the last episode of Hulk Knows Best, they had some behind-the-scenes material at WrestleMania 21.
Yeah,
Dudes.
Have you guys heard about the
every one of these dudes.
the WrestleMania box set DVDs coming out? They can have a box set of the first 21 WrestleManias on DVD.
I'm looking forward to it. I'll buy it, and I might actually know something about wrestling.
Yeah, I'd like to get it. I actually have them all on tape since WrestleMania 2.
Though, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's like $300.
Oh my gosh!
But if you think about it, though, that's yeah, it's like $15 to WrestleMania. So if you think about it, it's actually a pretty good deal.
Oh no, I'm going to have to pull in extra hours at the drunk tank for that. Man,
So everybody going up,
VCR.
buy a
Vince
few more
McMahon is
jerseys.
reaching into my pocket. He's saying, "Give me that money, pal."
The only thing I'm wondering about is they have to blur out the WWE logos, WWF logos,
Oh,
from the old.
that'd be horrible.
And another thing-
They say
That would look weird.
Yeah, it's gonna look weird. It's gonna sound weird. Plus, the whole Jesse Ventura thing has been talked about because on all the new DVDs when they put them out, they edit out Jesse Ventura's commentary because he won the court case where they had to pay him royalties.
The
Jesus
most
Christ.
awesome thing that came out of that lawsuit was the Best of Survivor Series VHS release. Came out early 1998.
Right.
During matches that were commentated by Jesse Ventura, they decided to redub the commentary with Kevin Kelly and Michael Cole.
I'm actually a big fan of Kevin Kelly. I liked it. But the Michael Cole.
Awesome, but
He was okay.
But can't they just leave the WWE library alone? I mean, they're just
Why
butchering
can't they
it
just
off
pay
the
the guy? Why can't they just pay the guy?
Yeah, that's true.
Write him out a check and he's Jesse Ventura. That could be one of the selling points of the DVDs. Those old WrestleManias, some of the highlights is Jesse Ventura's commentary. It's not going to be the same if you watch it and they dub it over with, I don't even know, they have Michael Cole and Taz like they did on that Andre thing.
I don't know, but they're ruining it for everybody. Does Jesse Ventura really need that much more money?
I don't blame
He's
Jesse.
probably
I don't
sitting
blame
on a big pile of money at his house right now.
That's the thing. They're always
Why does he
blaming
have to
everybody
ruin
else.
WrestleMania for us?
They're always blaming
Why
everybody
does he
else.
got to ruin it
Vince
for us?
McMahon, write off the check and send it to Jesse.
No. Why does he got to ruin it for everybody? He's ruining it
come
for
every-
all the
everyone-
Everyone's
Everyone's always
being the
blaming
money
the
grubber.
workers. Everyone's always chill, man, chill. But the love of God is the billionaire.
Jesse, chill.
Chill.
That's not the American way.
No, but what I'm saying is, does he not think about all the other fans that want to watch the original
It doesn't
WrestleMania?
matter. Yeah, it doesn't
It
matter.
doesn't matter to him.
But think about number one.
But they're ruining all this archives of all these videos.
Well, that's not his problem. I think just pay the guy.
What? I mean, I know it's not his problem, but, I mean, you could think about that. And I'm sure WWE could fork out a little money, so they should.
So you guys are drinking Vince McMahon's Kool-Aid. You guys always, you see, it's a lot of the wrestling fans of money. They always side with Vince McMahon on these issues. They side with Vince McMahon against the WWF, the World Wildlife Fund, when they had the name before he did. He signed a contract that when he changed the name from WWWF to WWF, he wouldn't use the name overseas.
Well, that thing I agree with. I agree with that. I mean, you know, if they had the name before, the letters and all that stuff, and they shouldn't go international with all that stuff. I understand that. They should have agreed with
Hulk Hogan. The name Hulk was owned by Marvel Comics.
Well, the name
He
Hulk.
signed a deal that they wouldn't use the name. You know, they signed a deal with him.
Does anybody say Hulk Hogan actually think of the Green Hulk, though?
That's where he got the name from. It doesn't matter. He took someone else's name.
No.
When Goldust left and he was going to become platinum, WWF soon said he couldn't become platinum because it was too close to become, he's originally going to use the name platinum. And they said it was too close to using the name Goldust.
Mm-hmm. Well, how about...
Vince McMahon will not let anyone else do anything, but he thinks he's above the law, and he can do anything he wants.
He made money with Goldust. Don't let somebody wander off and make money for your competition with the same name.
Well, see, exactly. He won't let them do that, but he thinks it's all right to use Hulk Hogan when someone else owns the name, to use WWF when someone else owns the name.
But the standpoint I'm coming from is they're ruining our entertainment. Why they got to ruin our past?
Well, Vince just has to get out the pen and write on a check.
Vince McMahon is a broken down man.
That doesn't matter.
He doesn't have.
So I could start.
He doesn't have millions of dollars to be giving everybody.
WWE. Even though
I feel bad
a wrestling federation, I could set up some company called WWE and say, "Oh, it doesn't matter. We don't do wrestling. I can do whatever I want." No, it doesn't work that way. When Hogan first started wrestling, he was the Incredible Hulk Hogan. Because he used the name from the Incredible Hulk. But not just a comic book, it was a big TV show.
It's something totally different now. It was something totally different now. He doesn't use any of that crap.
So?
He doesn't use any of it. He's Hulk the freaking Hogan.
Marvel Comics owns the name.
Then why did they wait for him to build a name on it and then try to get money off of him?
They did. They had a long-term contract with him. It ran out last year. And they thought they could just, who cares? We can do whatever we want. I'm Vince McMahon. If anybody leaves here, I can sue them.
Hollywood.
Kevin Nash, Scott Hall goes to WWE. Oh, I'm going to sue that because they left my company, and it makes it look like they still work for WWE, even though they don't say they work for WWE. He sues over everything. But he thinks he can have contracts and just, do whatever I want. Whatever I want. I'm a billionaire. I'm Vince McMahon. And it's not right. Who cares? We can do whatever we want. I'm Vince McMahon. If anybody leaves here, I can sue them.
Hollywood.
Kevin Nash, Scott Hall goes to WWE. Oh, I'm going to sue that because they left my company, and it makes it look like they still work for WWE, even though they don't say they work for WWE. He sues over everything. But he thinks he can have contracts and just, do whatever I want. Whatever I want. I'm a billionaire. I'm Vince McMahon. And it's not right. Jesse Ventura won a lawsuit against him. He deserves the royalties from his work that he did.
But are you happy that they have to edit out his voice out of all the
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That I don't want to see WrestleManias without Jesse Ventura's voice.
And you just want him to give him a big paycheck.
Sure. He should pay the people. They did their job, and he should pay them.
But he paid him once already.
Do you work at the drunk tank for no money?
No, it wouldn't work. But it's old archive footage.
Got money.
He owns the footage.
Commentating it at the time.
That doesn't. Yeah, but they make money off the videos.
They own the library. They own.
He won the lawsuit. He won the lawsuit, so he obviously must be right.
That's the American law.
All right, let's stop yelling at each other. We're starting to sound like a lot of other shows, okay? We can have a nice conversation.
Oh,
I
man.
can talk to you, baby.
I'm the dude.
I can talk to you.
The dude
Man,
that's
You need to
supposed
calm
racist
down.
voice.
You're gonna have
Man, dude, you're really on your game tonight.
Thank you, Walkman.
Kick this Walkman guy out of here. Kick him
I
off.
like Walkman. I think he.
Kick him off, or I'm leaving the show now.
I think Walkman just won the contest.
Okay.
How about
Did he?
Really? Oh, cool.
dub over the
Well, we got to pick it next week.
Oh, dude.
I would do that. I would dub over. We'd probably get sued though. See, Vince McMahon will sue people if they do something to him. But he can do whatever he wants because he's Vince McMahon.
So
All right,
that
that's enough
of
of that.
Jesse Ventura's moral stand on his voice being on the WWE DVDs would change significantly if you were offered the opportunity to do it yourself.
No, I would like to do that for fun, but I don't think if I was a fan, I don't want to watch the tapes dubbed by anyone. I want to see the original. I want to hear the original commentary by Jesse Ventura, by Bobby Heenan, by Lord Al Hayes, by Gorilla Monsoon, whoever happens to be on the.
See, and I just think that really.
It would seem different. It would seem different to me to have different people do the announcing like a WrestleMania 3 or the great, pay-per-view classics right there, and dub it over with different types of things. So I would like.
Yeah, Walkman agrees.
I would have to agree. It wouldn't seem the same to have it
Right,
announcing by different people.
right,
Like to have the coach or Todd Grisham announce WrestleMania 3.
right.
What?
Yeah, that's what.
I don't have a problem if they have a separate commentary track by new wrestlers. I actually like that. If they have, when you can listen to it with the original commentary, or have an alternate commentary track where you can listen to some views by newer wrestlers, and not Todd Gresham, because the guy never watched wrestling. Michael Cole wasn't watching wrestling back then. By wrestlers nowadays who watched it at the time. Like, let's say you could have the Sean, like you could say, let's say during the Ricky Dragon Steamboat versus Macho Man match from WrestleMania 3, you could have commentary by like Edge or Christian, because they've said before that was one of the matches that they saw, and that made them want to become wrestlers. Now that to me is interesting.
I would love to hear
That's a great idea.
And Macho Man Randy Savage commentated by Edge and Christian in the
Exactly.
characters.
But I would like to hear them in their own opinions. Why these matches? Not to me.
Would be very interesting.
Yeah, I would be great. Benoit commentating like the British Bulldogs versus the Dream Team.
Has Benoit got that kind of charisma to pull off the commentator?
Sure.
I'm sure he could, if he could,
You could put
express
put
himself
Jericho.
the way he wants to, like
Benoit and Jericho.
what he likes about the match. And
Yeah, you could have Benoit and Jericho. You have Jericho there.
Mm-hmm. Jericho was a huge Bulldogs fan, yeah.
Right. Well, both of them were, because Benoit, his whole style is off the Dynamite Kids. So you could have both. You could have Benoit. You could have Benoit there. He's kind of a straight man, and then you could have Jericho there to spice it up.
yeah,
It would be interesting. That's the kind of stuff I would do.
Yeah.
I would like alternate commentary tracks. I enjoy that.
and then your archive footage butchered all to hell.
No, alternate, not only.
I'm talking about all the archives. You like it butchered.
Hey, it's not my. I didn't change my name, the name of the company, to a company that already existed.
No, I'm not talking.
That was not me. It's not my problem. Why did he do that? Why didn't he call it something else that no one owned?
Well, he probably didn't even know about the World
Of course
Wildlife
he did,
Federation.
because when he did it, he signed when he changed it to WWF, he signed a deal with the World Wildlife Fund at the time.
Oh, he knew.
Well, that's not my argument. I'm saying I agree with that. He should have never went, international with that. If they told
Why
him
didn't he just pick a different name to begin with?
What was wrong with trading overseas as WWF?
I don't know. I'm not going to get into all that. But that was a deal he signed.
But I'm just saying that footage is very important, and it needs to be kept
Of course.
in its original,
I will say this. I agree that the World Wildlife Fund, they own this. But at the same time, they should let WWF just send him some money and let him keep it on the old footage. I can see not using it on the new stuff, but stuff that's already been taped, I don't quite understand that. I don't think it should have to be taken out.
I've always hated how they got the new logo, how they just slapped off the two little things.
I've never even liked the new logo. I never even liked that logo. The scratchy logo?
I don't mind it. It's just like,
I never liked it.
if they got to change it, why don't they change it totally?
Yeah.
Well,
I never liked
something to go with the attitude. Or...
I like the old, yeah, but the Attitude Era is over.
Do you think it's probably about time to change it?
Yeah, I would change it. I change it to something nice. I never liked that logo.
It's very 90s looking.
I like the old logo, the old yellow gold.
I don't think they could go back to that, but maybe.
No, they can't. But I like that logo.
Well, they could go back to the old logo, but put a little different types of thing on it to make it look like today.
Yeah, they can make that F into an E.
Yeah.
Well, before it went to the scratch logo, and between the transition between the yellow and
right
with the scratch logo was the old yellow and blue logo.
Yeah,
Silver.
that was like the new generation logo.
Mm-hmm.
That was a funny logo.
I like a more like professional looking logo, not just something that's scribbled on a piece of paper.
I like bubble letters. Anything in bubble.
I think they should have Tyler from InYourHeadOnline.com design them a logo.
There you go.
Yeah.
And give Jack a finder's fee for bringing Tyler into the world of wrestling.
And give Barbie just,
See, it's all.
And pat Incher on the back for hitting the record button.
Good job.
Son of a bitch.
You see, we can yell at each other, but we're all friends here at In Your Head. except for Barbie and the dude.
What was that, Incher?
What?
I completely agree that Jesse Ventura is a bitch.
I think.
So we're out.
Well, yeah. I mean, he has to think that he's going to ruin all this archive, I mean,
That's not his problem. So that's not his problem.
I know it's not his problem, but he was paid.
No,
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
You don't want
Shut up, idiot!
the guy.
No, shut up!
Have money.
I want to say this, all right?
Whoa, chill, man.
All right. I'm sorry, Mom, but I'll chill. But he was paid once to record that audio, right? When he first started.
Right.
He was paid then. Vince McMahon owns that.
It's a royalty check, just like when they film a TV show
Yeah.
and they re-show that show, the people on that show get a royalty check.
Do you think Jeff Jarrett gets royalty checks?
What?
Yes.
After he listen. After he sued, they changed the contracts. But he won, and in his contract, he is supposed to get paid royalties. So instead of paying him, they just decide we'll edit him out. This is not Jesse's fault. This is WWE's fault.
Okay.
This is why they're giving out those Legends contracts, because they're starting to pay these Legends when they go for the 24/7 deal, so that these guys make a little bit of extra money, because WWE is making money off their name, off their likeness.
Okay. I'm going to admit when I'm wrong and admit when you're right. All right. You're right. You did a good job.
All right. Well,
I'm an idiot from West Virginia.
No, you're not an idiot.
I'm going to blow my brains out. Thank you.
Dude.
Just don't give it up, man. You've got a lot to live for.
I'm so not chilling for this one.
Before you do that, will you teach Walkman how to hit record?
You son of a bitch.
It's the little red circle thing.
Right. Oh, all right. All right. It was nice.
Kick this Walkman guy out of here.
It was nice.
Kick him out. Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
No.
This show will be in
I'm not going to
of 1-inch biceps. The notorious OI.
We still love you, Andrew.
Can Barb sing a song for me or something?
Hey, Walkman, do you know any songs that cheer Incher up?
Fuck you, Walkman. Get this guy off here.
Dude!
I'm not chilling for this
What's with
one.
the hay? What's with the hay?
Mothman.
You're replacing me.
You know,
When Walkmans attack.
No one would want to replace you.
Thanks, dude.
No one would want to replace Barbie.
Nobody wants to replace me. I'm stuck with this, like freaking herpes or something.
Oh, Andrew, chill out, man. We love you.
Oh, I'm. It's just a bit, dude. It's tired.
Don't break kayfabe.
Oh, God, you thinking about me?
Whoa, chill out. Andrew, chill out.
How much I love you.
We like
dude. I want to hear bars. I want to hear bars. If I gotta go away and be dead, I just want to hear somebody who can sing.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, dude, I can sing.
As he was done with the verse.
You guys gotta ruin everything for me. Now I'm gone.
I even changed the words a little to personalize it for you.
Well, we'll be back next week so I can hit the record button. And I'd like to end this show of In Your Head Online.
InYourHeadOnline.com. What
There.
did GSK know?
Yeah.
Okay, man.
You guys got me shaken up.
Let's plug InYourHeadOnline.com, AudioWrestling.com,
Live.com.
WrestlingNewsLive.com. Tune in September 11th to hear us, the In Your Head crew.
Live.
You can get money from the government to sell books. Okay.
Oh my God! Barbie Richards, Jack, 1 inch bicep.
1 inch
We're on
bicep.
Wrestling News Live.
Welcome to
September 11th.
Plug
Live.
it, Walkman. Plug it.
Live.
www.walkersviews.blogspot.com. I'm Will Walker. That's my view. Yeah!
Jen, baby.
Queers.